The Rohingya Crisis is an ethnic disaster in the country of Myanmar. It is a targeted massacre towards the Rohingya people in Myanmar that started back in the 1970s. There have been multiple human rights violations, and the UN has classified it as a genocide.
The Rohingya people are descendants of Arab traders that traveled to Myanmar and have their own language and culture. They are also predominantly Muslim in a country where 88% of people are Buddhist. They are not recognized by the Burmese government as an ethnicity and instead as immigrants.
After Myanmar's government was taken over by the military in 1962, Myanmar was plunged into an authoritarian government with little freedom and a large hatred towards the Rohingya Muslim minority.
In 1991, 250,000 refugees flee to Bangladesh after an increase in human rights violations. This period of Rohingya in Bangladesh lasted until 1993 to 1997, when they reintegrated back into the Burmese society. In 2012, new violence began to spark against the Rohingya, causing destructions of poverty, murder, and rape. This was also the time when Ashin Wirathu, an anti-Muslim monk, led a rally of monks hoping to promote the idea of kicking out Muslims to a third world country like Bangladesh. This would eventually evolve into the idea of 969 movement, a nationalist movement opposing against and expanding Islamic community.
In 2016, a group called Harak al-Yaqin or ARSA attacked police posts on the Bangladesh-Myanmar border. In March of 2017, they sent the Burmese government a list of demands while fighting with the Burmese military. In August of 2017, ARSA had attacked more than 30 police posts and had killed 12 members of the security force. This was responded by the Burmese government, who proceeded to kill 400 people. In September of that same year, ARSA proposed a ceasefire to allow humanitarian aid to help 315,000 fleeing Muslim Rohingyas. The Burmese government declined the ceasefire and responded saying, "We do not negotiate with terrorists."
In 1982, Myanmar enacted the Citizenship Act, where every recognized ethnicity would get Burmese citizenship. From the list of 135 recognized ethnicities, Rohingyas were not included, instead being classified as a legal immigrant.
Education facilities in the camps have been closed since March, as is the case around the country, meaning around 350,000 Rohingya refugee children have been out of learning centers.
While fleeing, there have been open fires and planted mines harming them.
At the peak of the crisis, thousands were crossing into Bangladesh daily. Most walked for days through jungles and mountains or braved dangerous sea voyages across the Bay of Bengal.
93% of the population lives below the UNHCR emergency standard of 45 square meters per person.
Older children and adolescents who were deprived of opportunities to learn or make a living are at real risk of becoming a lost generation.
The Nobel Peace Prize winner and leader of Myanmar, Aung San Suu Kyi, has denied any allegations that there is a genocide taking place and instead refers to it as intercommunal violence and actions against insurgents or terrorists. Ashin Wirathu, the leader of the 969 movement, has stated that you can be full of kindness and love, but you cannot sleep next to a mad dog. Mad dog referring to the Rohingyas.
The UN General Assembly has formed and approved a resolution which condemns the right abuses against Rohingya Muslims, including rape, arbitrary arrests, torture, rape, and deaths in detention. They also want Myanmar's generals to be persecuted for crimes against humanity. The United States have placed sanctions on the Burmese military from entering the US due to their behavior on the crisis. And the general of the Burmese military, Min Aung, has stated that foreigners have no rights to interfere on the atrocities on the Rohingya people. He has further stated that talks to meddle in internal affairs have caused misunderstanding.